What's to YouTube fam? It's your girl TK, and today we're going to be talking about Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Now, I want you guys to know that I have talked about him on my channel several times, and one of the things I have made clear is that he is an abuse of authority. He is abusing his privileges, he's abusing his power, and I believe that it needs to stop. But most importantly, today I will be alleging that Ron DeSantis is human trafficking. Yeah, you heard me. I said it. And you're going to find out why, because we're going to be doing a lot of deep diving today. But I want you guys to know, if you are not new to my channel, welcome, darling. Literally. I hope this content is the content that you are liking. And if so, make sure that you know that you can like, comment, and subscribe. Now, let's get into this. Ron DeSantis was allocated funds from the Florida's Freedom First budget. And within those funds, he was given $12 million, which specified that he will take that money and use it for illegal immigrants who were in Florida and help them ship off. And provide them with some type of accommodation. He was going to make sure that they were safe. But he did everything except that. As a matter of fact, his behavior, in my opinion, was very much so egregious, abusive. To me, he was human trafficking. Ron DeSantis decided to cross state lines. See, this is where Ron DeSantis is now presenting a problem. I want you guys to understand something. As a matter of fact, I want you to note it. Ron DeSantis is the Florida governor. He was allocated funds for Florida, but guess what he was doing? Just guess. He's using the money that he was allocated for Florida and Texas. But how is that possible? Why hasn't he been sanctioned? Because his job functions, roles, and responsibilities are to Florida. He crossed state lines. He was basically going into Texas and rounding up illegal immigrants and promising them a better opportunity, jobs, lives. But they were going into a situation where they were basically uncertain. They didn't know what was going to happen to them next. And Ron DeSantis, he didn't care. Of course, you guys know that I think that was an abuse of authority. I don't have to even say that to you guys. But most importantly, I want you guys to know it wasn't just abuse of authority. It was human trafficking. He was human trafficking. Number one, he crossed his state lines. Number two, he went into another state of Texas and was rounding these illegal immigrants up who were scared, who were probably homeless and hungry and were looking for better opportunities, and say, come with me. You don't know where you're going to end up, but come with me. But luckily, the immigrants who ended up in Martha's Vineyard were definitely treated very well by the residents. Although many of the residents were very much so unaware that these immigrants were going to be in Martha's Vineyard, they provided them with shelter. They made sure that they were accommodated. They were not hungry. They treated them fairly until someone was able to provide them with some type of assistance, provide them with some type of accommodations. Most importantly, provide them with safety. You see, it's so troubling, this story, because Ron DeSantis is so egregious, abusive. He's a politician. And it's so important for us to shine a light on his abusive behavior. We need to let him know that when he was taking those immigrants from Texas, a state that he is not even the governor in, it was illegal. When he used the funds that was allocated for Florida and Texas, it was illegal. When he was rounding up those illegal immigrants and he had them go into Martha's Vineyard, and they were scared, uncertain, it was all illegal, and it became human trafficking. It's so important that we shine a bright light on his behavior. We need to let him know that we see him. We need to let him know that it is egregious and it needs to stop. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed learning a little bit more about my Florida governor. And if you live in Florida, it'll be our Florida governor. But I want you guys to know that it's important. It's important to speak up. It's important to pay attention to your politicians and seeing what policies and procedures and practices that they are inputting in your area, your state, okay, your county. It is so important. Pay attention, read, understand, and if you don't, ask someone. You know what I'm saying? Ask questions. It's so important because it can impact you. Their behaviors, their attitudes can impact you. And it's also important for you to note that they are put in that position. They were not given that position. You can take their butts out and have them to the left. Pay attention to human trafficking because it can happen to you. These people were illegal immigrants. You may be a resident and that behavior can happen to you when you have a politician, an egregious politician, a politician that doesn't even pay attention to his behavior, and when his bosses above him are allowing him and he hasn't even received any types of conditions regarding those behaviors, when those behaviors aren't allowed, basically, it's so important for you to pay attention. Speak up. Peace, love, and happiness, guys. Stay safe. Stay blessed. And remember always, darling, mind your mother business. I'm not this bitch.